Hello, MonstersAbound here, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2 Mortal Empires, Part 30. My Fay Enchantress Campaign. This campaign was quite short, but actually, I don't think it's much shorter. Not by much, but we are probably a few episodes away from victory, and at that point, we're going to do some Throg. Yes, some Throggy. Throg boy. Let's smash down the gates with our swords. That's it. That's it. They'll get there eventually, it's fine. Meanwhile, the Royal Hippogriff Knights are flying overhead. Ah, it's a stirring sight. Death chickens. Death chicken cavalry. In we come. We're going to take out this archers on the wall. We're doing a little, whatever this is. The dwellers below. That's right, dwellers below. The dwellers below are, of course, tentacle creatures. That's right, they're always below you. Be afraid. Be very afraid. We're also going to be dropping some other stuff. Some magic. Are we? I thought we were going to drop it. Oh, no, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It's coming. Is it coming? There we go. There we go. Right, this is the Fay Enchantress's thing. Whee! Well, that killed about 4 skeletons and probably did some property damage, but that's fine. We still got some skeletons like gatherers. A mob of skeletons. The death chickens are doing what they do best. Kill. Because that's what death chickens do. So far, so good. Now, one of the things we do have to be wary of is the scarabs. So the Tomb Kings do have an ability, an AoE ability, which really does put ants in your pants. And when your pants are metal and armoured, that makes getting in there to give them a good scratch very, very tricky, which is a little bit problematic, I think. Are they going to use it now, or is that later? I hate Scarab Swarm. It's one of those abilities that's just the AI uses it like an absolute bastard, because they always do it at a particularly good time, and it's generally not very pleasant. And also, it seems to do a lot of damage. When I use it, it doesn't seem to do a lot of damage, but I think the AI gets bonus to their attacks or something, so it does a lot of damage, and that's a pain. Death chickens coming in to attack the main blob of the enemy over here. Looks like they've got some buffs. More death chickens now coming in from behind. Ah, it's glorious. And hopefully we've got the gatehouse coming down fairly soon. Gatehouse, I mean the gate. 88%, we're almost there. Most of the archers have been dealt with. There's still a few left, but not too bad. Ushabti have been spawned in our midst. There they are. So we're going to jump them. Send in everyone we got. And that, of course, means that they're going to drop a Scarab Swarm directly on top of us, because that's fun. Like here. So we're going to get ants in the pants. Oh, God, there's so many of them. So many ants in all the pants. And look how much damage this is doing. It's friggin' horrendous. Now, it's not going to kill many. It's just going to chip away at all of the unit's health. Look at this. They're all covered in blood. I had ants in the pants, now they're covered in blood. Ow. Let's see a doctor about that. In fact, everyone's covered in blood. Apart from the skeletons, of course, because I don't have blood. As far as I'm aware. Death chickens doing good work. We are finally inside the city, and of course the Fay Enchantress can heal. So we're dropping repeated heals on top of all of our units, and that's actually sort of picking them up. We haven't actually lost many. If we have a quick look over here, we can see we've got 539 out of 563. So actually, the number of casualties we've taken is very, very limited. But the health has been sort of whittled down quite a bit. Less than ideal. I got this. I don't know what this ability is. What is this? My will be done? Is that it? It's with sort of like... Looks like they've got sand raining down on them. I mean, it's aesthetically accurate, you know, with the whole sand thing going on. That kind of makes sense, doesn't it? So we've still got some more skeletons. There's quite a big garrison here, actually, along with the army. So it's... Plus, you know, we're attacking it without infantry. It's all cavalry, and all cavalry force. Cavalry kind of need room to manoeuvre, and we don't have that room at the moment. We're trying to just batter our way through. And to be honest, cavalry, probably the least useful unit type to smash their way into a city. Probably just above maybe using artillery, and that's if you are literally just using the artillery to attack inside the city rather than launch their projectiles. If you're just using them in melee, they would be slightly worse than all cavalry. Monsters are brilliant. If you got when we get Throg, when we get the whole Troll Famir army, you will see, it's literally Control A, double right click, jobs are good, and sit back, enjoy, a nice gin, maybe, and just watch the carnage. But with knights, you kind of have to put some effort in. Obviously, infantry are the best way of getting, well, I say best way, obviously Throg probably is the best way of getting into cities. Which is as well, because you end up fighting a lot of cities as a Norskans. But when you can just control a double right click, that kind of works out quite well. Death chickens raining from above. That's right, that's where they come in. A number of death chickens. Good, good. Of course, the death chickens mean that we can get behind stuff like this. So while we deal with the archers, we can then come in and hit the Ushabti and the spears in the rear and sort them out. Then we've just got these units over here in the city centre to deal with. That should be fine. In come the death chickens right in the back there. That's going to break. Now, obviously, these units would have probably broken before now, but they're just going to slowly crumble away. So now we can break through. They're sending some carrying in to try and slow us down. I'm not too worried about that. We're continuing to drop heals on our army as needed. It's not... It's helping a little bit. As you can see, we've just got a big old blob of knights here. They're all just waiting patiently in line, which is, to their credit, really. It's quite it must be quite exasperating to have to wait in line, especially when you've got ants, when you've had an experience of ants in your pants. You must be quite angry at that point. I would be. Death chickens doing good work, and that's why we've got them, to do some rear charges to break the enemy, because that obviously makes it a lot easier to do rear charges when you can just fly over them. Okay, having dealt with most of the enemy army, we're now going to move our knights inside the city. We've also got the enemy Tomb King over here to deal with. He's just been chilling out. He's just chilling out in the midst of all of his dead skeletons. So we're going to send Donna and the Green Knight to go and take him out, but they are fighting against quite a lot of traffic coming the other way. They're having to fight their way through that. They will eventually get there. There's Donna. I don't know where the Green Knight is. Tomb King is now in... Oh, he's reached our lines. He's just prodding our Grail Knights, but that's fine. Our cavalry now charging into the city centre with reckless abandon. Literally, it's just a case of we're just going to kill you all. Death chickens flying overhead, moving into position. There they come. This is really the main use of the death chickens. Just hit these enemies in the rear, cause terror, cause panic, break them. The enemy lords down. Donna and the Green Knight have finally managed to fight their way through. And I'm going to be honest, it's not looking very good for the Tomb Kings. I mean, it wasn't looking good to start off with, but it's looking distinctly worse now for them. I think it's safe to say the city's ours, and an all Grail Guardian army works out quite nicely. Now, sieges are not generally the best place for an all cavalry army, but I think that worked out quite well, apart from that horrible Scarab Swarm. Never mind. Let's occupy. I'm feeling pretty... I don't think they can take us. I honestly think they'll just take one look at the Fay Enchantress army and go, nah, we're all right. I'm going to stay here in my nice cozy castle. So, Night Pope. Night Pope. Night Pope. Bada. Let's give you hard to hit. Good. Okay, we've got defences over here. We'll keep you in ambush or just pop you over there. That's fine. Luon is protecting the coast just in case we need it, but to be honest, we haven't needed it yet. Let's get defences just to be on the safe side. Now, there's beastmen around here somewhere, so let's get more defences there just to be on the safe side again. I mean, more chivalry, can't go wrong with that. We'll get a Bretonian fishing port as well, because everyone loves fish. I mean, no doubt the Lady of the Lake likes fish. She'd have to. Unless she really hates the fuckers. Then you wonder why she's staying in the lake. Kind of like Lady of the nice hill. Small hillock. Something like that. Don't want to be underwater. It's all wet. You're dripping all the time. It's very difficult to read in a lake, I imagine. Because obviously, you know, unless you laminate the pages, I guess. But then... You know, the light filtering down. How much light is there in the bottom of a lake? Probably not much. You probably need a light or something. He can't take a torch, because obviously, you know, water, but...
True Knight of Bretonia.
Heffley Hugh, you're going to stay there just for fun, don't care. Armand Le Troubadour, you can stay there, because I don't really care what you're doing at the moment. To be honest, all my paladins I don't care about, so I don't really... Right, well, I do care about my tech. So, tech. Tech, let's have a Master Swordsmith. Folding steel takes great skill. The more folds, the stronger and sharper the blade. Weapon strength plus 12% for all of our knight units. Now, considering that some of those, I mean, like the Hippogriff Knights have over 100 weapon strength. So those guys, that's an extra 10 weapon strength on top of it. So that's, you know, a big boost. Big boost for them. Now, we are going to, once we've hit 2,000 chivalry and defeated the horrible dusty mummies, we are going to oh, right, I forgot I was at war with all the High Elves. I forgot that was a thing. Now I've remembered, and it's all flooding back to me. Ah, fucking Teclis. Oh.
Fay Enchantress of Bretonia.
Hi, Tic-Tac-Toe. How's it going, buddy? Defensive Alliance? Yeah.
Dark are these times, and dark my mood.
Hello, Malekith. Peace treaty? No. No, I don't think so. Now, I wonder if Teclis is now at war with Nagrond, and if so, is our relations improving? Because if they're improving, we might be able to call off this war before it gets messy. That, you know, fingers crossed. Because otherwise I'm going to have to start defending myself from High Elves. And then obviously if I'm defending myself from High Elves, that then means we're upsetting the High Elves because, you know, killing High Elves tends to upset them. I mean, the ones that survive anyway. And then that kind of like causes its own issues. Although Chaos has arrived, but to be honest, I don't think Chaos is going to... I don't think Archaon's going to arrive for a little while. The Warriors of Chaos have arrived. They destroyed Prague again. Come on, guys. Change the record. You've done that before. But they've destroyed Prague. And Trace is all up my... all over my shit. So, right, Beaumont's been spotted, but I don't... Okay, are they running away? Are the Dusty Mummies legging it? Are they like, no, God, no. Look, I really hate that Scarab Storm ability that the Tomb Kings have, mostly because it does so much more damage for the AI than it does for the player. I'm fairly sure I've used that ability and it's done very little damage to most units, whereas on my Grail Guardians, they took horrendous damage from that, didn't they? That was ridiculous. So that was quite harsh. Bit brutal, that. Didn't like it. I mean, I can heal myself up, which is good, but... Oh, hello. I wonder where you were. Found you. Oh, well. I mean, seeing as we haven't seen Chaos attacking the cat, I may as well send Luon back to deal with that. The only problem with Beastmen, of course, is they tend to hide. They sneak away. On the plus side, they don't generally have many agents, so there's not usually a problem with them spotting you. Ambush foiled, assault garrison, Belagar thingy, that guy, settlement raised, yes, but do I care? Not really.
My strength and wisdom are
not
yours.
Really. I could head in this direction.
Noble.
I mean, you know, worst case, Sir John gets murdered.
By the light of the lady.
Indeed. Luon, you're going to go over there. Right, Fay Enchantress. If we, like... Can we bait them? If I go like there, can we... Oh shit, we've gone too far. Shit, I was hoping to go in and camp. Because that would give me more melee defense. Not that I, you know, need it, but... I wonder, can we... Let's try an ambush. Worst case, I think they'll just throw everything they've got at us. Which will be an apocalyptic battle, but should be a good laugh. That's what I'm thinking. Right, Tim. Timmy, you've got frozen thingy over there, haven't we? Frozen city. It's chilly. But apparently not well garrisoned. So we'll continue the siege. We'll bring
and wisdom
bring
are
Alberic
yours.
over just to help out. We'll bop that.
We'll retrieve it from your
Raise it
claws.
to the ground. We've got the Armour of Fortune, very nice. And then we'll stay there for a turn.
I
Oh, look,
refuse.
Malekith's back.
Overreach.
And Crone Hellebron with her big old cauldron of gravy. Delicious Bisto.
Destroy the faithless.
Of course, Bisto gravy isn't very
Paladin
nice,
of
actually.
Bretonia.
Yeah, proper gravy. You make proper gravy, it tastes nice. Bisto, it's fine. You know what? It's like it's the bronze standard of gravy, isn't it? And then you got your problem is my mother-in-law makes fucking amazing roast dinners, so I am basically ruined for every roast dinner now.
The blackguards. My deeds
Just doesn't-
are legend.
Just doesn't compare. That's the problem.
My deeds are legend.
You know, this is my cross to bear, though. Right, I don't think we're going to have a problem.
Death to the enemy.
I think if they... I'm kind of hoping they attack us. You know what? In fact, I'm not even going to ambush. Just come at me, bro. I don't really care about any of that. Hero not moved. Unassigned skill points. Don't really care. Not a big deal. We'll worry about that later. I'll get round to it, I promise. Probably. Oh, right. I forgot about those guys. Do they like me? Are we getting on with them? All right. Is it improving? It does. It's a green face there. It's going up to 39. I think we're improving, so we might be able to cool off that war. That would be good. I forgot to move Bo as well, didn't I? To be honest, Trace just kind of hanging around, not really. He's what did I work out? He brought like 30 guys to attack me, and I was like, oh, come on, it's not worth it. Come on, Corhill. We've been butting heads for a while now. We know it doesn't work. It's established. It's a tale as old as time. Boti and the Beast. Boti and the Court. It'd probably work, but wow, is that Templehof actually doing well for themselves? Holy shit. There are still vampires in Sylvania. And Daith is... Come on, Daith. Come on, take some more territory so I have some more places to heal. Be a friend. Be a buddy. Okay, so there's Trace is just wandering around with their pitiful armies for no particular reason. I think they actually quite like me now. Maybe that's why he's only sent 30 guys this time. Maybe he's just showing willing. Oh, there we go. Perfect. This is what I wanted. Come on. Bring it. Bring it. But really, is that it? I'm going to be honest. I expected more, King Hakor. I expected more. Oh, God. I mean, should they be gushing blood like that? Is that normal? Probably not. It's probably fine. So, we've got Thyrusa and the Fay Enchantress running back a little bit because here comes a huge horde of dusty mummies. So we're going to wait in the... Okay, well, they're in range now. They're getting moved into this choke point, so we're going to drop a whole pile of shit on top of them. So there's the dwellers from below, and we're also going to drop some rocks. Yep. Rocks, and then we're also going to do some flock, and we're going to drop, but basically we're just throwing everything we've got at them and doing quite a lot of damage. Actually, look at the front line of the Tomb Kings looking a little bit depleted now. Maybe I should have held it back for this blob over here, but I think we've done a sizable chunk of damage with the Fay Enchantress and Thyrusa's job done. Fay Enchantress only managed to kill 5, Thyrusa 29, but to be honest, we were mostly just sort of whittling them down a bit, and I think we've done that quite admirably. In the meantime, the rest of our forces are in position. The Grail Guardians as a front line, and then we've got the Grail Knights as a flanking force. And the Death Chickens to deal with any archers. Fay Enchantress getting a little bit closer, so she can drop another Dwellers from below on this slightly more larger blob over here. That's going to be pretty good. We won't be able to get the upgraded spell, but they're quite packed in there, so that's going to do quite a lot of damage. Fay Enchantress, though, is now engaged with some Nehekar and horsemen, which is less than ideal. We need to come to her rescue, but we're all kind of busy. Here come the Grail Guardians charging directly into the front of the Tomb King force. Most of their infantry now coming across the land bridge. Ushabti being spawned, but we should be able to do... In fact, what we're going to do is basically just ignore them and move in to rescue the Fay Enchantress, who is in a bit of trouble. She's losing quite a bit of health. Probably didn't help with the whole gushing, and she lost quite a lot of blood from that big old bone giant arrow. Talking of bone giants, the Death Chicken's dealing with the bone giants. I probably should have just used one unit. I was being lazy, basically. It was late. I was being lazy. Grail Knights charging in, engaging these Tomb Guard and Skeleton Spearmen. The Grail Guardians have got a huge chunk of infantry they're fighting, but it's actually going quite well. I mean, the Grail Guardians are just so tanky, they can tank all this and just not sweat it. That's going to give the Grail Knights time to finish off these units that have managed to sneak past our line. Ushabti, the Sepulchral Stalkers, all that kind of good stuff. Grail Knights on this flank dealing with the last few units. Nice little Amber Spear there, of course, best spell in the game. Racking up quite a nice number of kills. 80 kills, they're very, very good. In come the Grail Knights, lovely charge. Death Chickens finishing off the Bone Giants. He keeps trying to run away, but we're not going to let him get away. We're going to finish him off. Enemy Lord has been wounded. Good stuff. So the Knights on our left flank, just finishing off the last few units. And once they're done with that, they can then flank around. More Grail Knights charging in now to back up. Ah, lovely. Look at this. Lots of units now just wavering. Understandably, because they've come charging across the land bridge. They've been barraged by spells. And now they're fighting basically invulnerable knights. So it's not a good day to be a skeleton. Well, to be fair, when is it a good day to be a skeleton? I mean, you're dead, basically. I mean, I guess you're back up and on your feet, but still. Now, that Bone Giant he tries sneaking off. Every time the Death Chickens get distracted, he tries to sneak off. We're not going to let him sneak off. We're going to keep smacking him in the back. I do like the Bone Giant. Looks so good, doesn't he? He does look good. And he's down. Right, with the Bone Giant down, we can bring the Death Chickens back to help our front line. So you can see the Knights on the left just finishing off the last few units here. That's looking pretty good. We still have quite a large blob of infantry, but it's significantly less of a blob than last time. There's a bit of a bulge here. Tomb King's bulge is showing. That's got to be a first, considering the natural bulge would have dropped off. So dropping heals, we're dropping spells, all that kind of good stuff. Where's our Death Chickens? Death Chickens now returning to the fight. There we go. This is going to be a classic Death Chicken rear charge. And they do have their generals back. Is this King Hackor? I think it's his King Hackor down here. He has racked up a few kills, but not enough. In come the Death Chickens. Just traipsing through the enemy infantry. It's absolute carnage. And yeah, the skeletons now crumbling away. King Hackor is in serious trouble. The reinforcements are rushing to the aid. They've been stopped by the Green Knight and Donna. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think the army's going to survive this. As King Hackor goes down, the rest of the army starts crumbling away. We do a suicidal charge, which they just can't slow down. Just Knights pouring in. I thought Hackor would do better than that. Well, a stirring effort there from King Hackor, but unfortunately completely futile. So poor show there. Sad times for old Hackor. He's now dead. I think, to be honest, we can probably write him off. I think he's now, you know, very, very, very dead. I don't think he's going to come back from that, to be honest. I think all we need to do is just finish him off, hit that 2k chivalry, and go and defeat the Greenskins.
What brings you down from your mountain halls, dwarf?
Yes, what? A military alliance. I'll take that military alliance. Yeah, sure, why not? That will never go wrong for me. Oh, we got the Storm Banner. That's a good banner. It's a very good banner, especially because our entire army does magical damage. Holy crap, that's pretty good. Happy with that. So what that banner does is it gives the unit carrying it an imbuement, which means that for 10 seconds the unit takes has a reduction of 40% magical resistance. That means, in turn, that basically every single unit in my army will then do 40% more damage because every unit in my army has magical attacks. Well, apart from apparently the Royal Hippogriff. They've got glowy lances, haven't they? Oh well, apart from them. Everyone else does. Apart from... Okay, Thyrusa doesn't as well, but to be honest, I think we can let her off that one. Recruiting shortage. Okay. Not too bothered about that. You are dead. Let's take the replenishment. Screwing banner, that's actually not too bad. And let's occupy the Black Tower of Aachen, and we've captured the... Right, so they've just got one settlement left down here, just the one. Oh, Sudenburg, hello. It's improving. Okay. Good, good. Right, let's... Right.
It would be unwise to waste my time.
Don't want to waste your time, buddy. I want to...
Ludicrous.
Okay, what about... Right, peace treaty. Yeah. Trade agreement. Yeah. How about I offer you 20,000 monies. Okay, thank God for that. Right, we've got a peace treaty with Teclis. That's good. That's improved. Right, can we...
Time is precious, so please make your...
I will see to
Oh, thank... Right, we finally managed to make peace. How fucking long did that take? Good grief. Okay, we've managed to peace out. Right, well, that's good. That's great. And we're only less than 100 chivalry away from victory, which is very exciting. We do have... I mean, we could maybe take out Shargath here. Crone, Hellebrand and Malekith would come in as reinforcements, but to be honest, I'm not overly concerned about that. So, Moist Bint, let's give you a thing. And then, can we maybe do some damage? So what have you got? Mostly just Witch Elves, so honestly, not overly concerned. Let's make you a specialist, make that a little bit easier. Right, okay.
End the blackguards.
Okay, failure, never mind. Good attempt. Come on, we got this. Go and assault Malekith. Okay, fine. Who else?
Paladin of Britannia.
Jesus Christ. Okay. 22% chance. What about assassinate?
Be discreet.
Just stunning. That was absolutely stunning, wasn't it? Good grief. Okay. Okay. Let's bring in Tim as reinforcements because he's mostly got flappy boys. We will attack Shargath. Kill this lot. And that should then do... I think we'll get chivalry for killing each army. So that should then go some way to helping us hit the 2k chivalry, which we need for victory. This should be a pretty easy fight. I'm not even going to wait for my reinforcements. We're just going to charge the paltry garrison, which should put a stop to them pretty quickly. Yep, that's Dark Elves literally airborne. Just overrunning them so quickly, just running them down, wiping them out. Absolutely brutal. The Dark Elf reinforcements are on their way, as are my reinforcements. Tim and his Pegasus Knights in the air. Look at that. So many Pegasus Knights. That's a lot of Pegasus Knights. That's pretty good. And our Knights have already routed the garrison. I mean, that was absolutely... That wasn't even a... That was no effort. That was literally no effort. Okay, here comes the main force. They're mostly Witch Elves. And, of course, there is Crone Hellebrand on her Bisto Gravy train. And, yep, that's looking pretty good. There's Malekith. Now, I know that last time Alberic and Hellebron tangled, it went very badly for Alberic. And for some, I think she's got like a weapon or something, it doesn't she? That does like a stupid amount of damage. I think. I can't remember, but there's something about Hellebron which makes her just the worst the best duelist in the game. So we're going to knock out the cavalry flanking around behind us. Tim and Alberic dealing with Malekith. Malekith is getting his ass kicked very, very quickly, but here comes Crone Hellebron, and this is what I should be scared of, and I'm not, and I should be. Rest of our cavalry now engaging. We're just charging straight headlong into the enemy army. I mean, they're witch elves, right? What, realistically, are they going to do? Die. They're going to die, basically. They... Yep. Literally sweeping them off their feet and breaking every bone in their body. So, Crone Hellebron and Malekith engaging our commanders. Now, Tim has already had to run away. He's legged it. And I should be careful, because this... Look at Alberic is now just getting rammed and taking stupid amounts of damage. Somehow. Now, I get Alberic out of that, and to be honest, what I should have done is left all of my commanders out of that fight. Because once we've broken the enemy army, and that shouldn't be particularly difficult considering the fact that, well, we've got a crap ton of Pegasus Knights, and they've only got Witch Elves, which, as I say, we're sweeping them off their feet. What I should have done, broken the enemy army, waited for Hellebron to run away, and then killed her. What I did was I charged in, and then everyone loses their shit, and I can't pull them out because they're all, like, frenzied and shit. And then, well... Tim's currently trying to hit Crone Hellebron in the back. But it's not going to go my way. She's going to just turn around and she's going to beat the crap out of poor Tim. Yeah, Tim is 7 health. Now he's dead. Oops. No, death chicken down. Medic! Medic! And at that point, Crone Hellebron then runs away. So that's fine. Death Hag also running away. Malekith running away. I am going to make sure we finish off Crone Hellebron and Malekith by chasing them down with all of the Pegasus Knights. But that was a silly loss of Tim. Tim will be back, of course. He's immortal. He'll be fine once he patches himself up. I am legitimately terrified of Hellebron. She's brutal. She knocked out Tim, almost killed Alberic, as well as Sir Grim. Good God.
We'll retrieve it from your corpse.
What the hell is she packing?
Blessings of the lady be upon you.
It's mental. Okay, we don't have anyone to take over. Well, Tim will be back. Let's get Helen to that one. Sure, that works. We will do that.
Defender of the week.
Right, we killed both Hellebron and Malekith, so they're both running away, which is good. And I probably want to colonize Shargath and then turn it over as a gift to the Wood Elves. So let's do that. Then we'll get that lovely replenishment. Okay, good. Which is just as well, because Jesus. Grim, you've got 81. Well, Grim almost died, and he's not immortal. And that would have been sad times. Almost killed Grim there. Haven't managed to kill Thyrus this campaign. You'll be pleased about that. Let's go with Thunderbolt, because why the hell not? Good, and we'll replenish there. And, okay. So we're pretty close to hitting... coastal expansion? Nah. Yeah, alright, coastal expansion. We're pretty close to hitting the 2k chivalry. We're almost there. Just a few more targets, and we will have done it. Fay Enchantress, let's give you... You don't have any of those. Field Trebuchet, Mounted Yeoman Archers. Nah. Stand your ground? Sure. That's not going to help us. Girdle of Gold. I mean, 15% ward save. Can't be a bad thing, so let's do that. Thyrusa, you know what? Magic resistance against Scarab Swarm. I'm fairly sure it's magical. Let's do that. And let's give... Yes. Warrior, not warrior. Worry is a waste of energy. It can't change the past, it can't control the future, it only makes today miserable. So go out there and kill those heathens. Huzzah! Ah, truly a message as true today as it has always been. So, don't have far to go for the little mission to do. We can't teleport there. We have to... It's weird that it gives you chivalry. I guess if you need chivalry. Because you can do the mission and then... I mean, we could head over there now, couldn't we? We could do that. The beastmen have disappeared, as I figured they might do. We can finish off the Tomb Kings and free the deserts, the Southlands from their tyranny. Hurrah! That'd be good, won't it? Actually, potentially doing a good thing there. Rather than in the north, where we're literally just committing Dark Elf genocide. But at least we've managed to heal the rift with the High Elves. That's nice. Now we're all friendly again, and all good there. So that's... ends on a bit of a high there. We've managed to peace out with the High Elves at last. We're killing all the Dark Elves, and Albion is looking a little bit more green than non-horribly chaos and lava and all the tentacles. So that's quite good.
Do you know who I am?
Am I going to... I mean, these guys are now silver chevrons, so do we want to do anything with them?
Do you know who I am? Protector of the realm.
They're now super ranked peasants. Do we lead them on one final charge? Military presence 20. You know what? Public order would actually be okay here, wouldn't it? Would it be okay? Corruption's dropped below 50%. Why are we still getting chaos? Is it because it is uninhabited? No, it's not. It's just... Okay, well... We'll sail around.
Very well. If you
do that. Public order is only -1. That's fine. And then we'll get the Grail Chapel. Chaos Corruption is still dropping. We'll get the Sanctuary. We'll get the Tavern. We'll get the Grail. Everything will be fine. And potentially we can lead our peasants on one last victory. I say victory. I mean, I wasn't sure I'd win that first one. So fighting anything slightly more difficult than one garrison could well be the end of me. But I guess we'll find out how that goes next time. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode of the Fay Enchantress.